Hey, you guys, you made it to Hump Day. It's Wednesday. Congratulations. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Instagram engagement, and I am exhausted, so I'm not going to draw this out like I normally do. But the question that I want to get started with tonight is that if a tree falls in a forest and no one is there to hear it, did it make a sound? How does this have to do with your Instagram? If you make a post and no one's there to comment it on or like it, then does it really matter? And the answer is absolutely. Whether someone comments or whether someone doesn't makes a hit to your engagement ratio. So that's just like, if someone says yes and someone says no, both are helping you out. So your engagement is really, really important. But before I start going in on that, I wanted to start off with some statistics like I normally do. You should know that Instagram has over 2 million users, which is cool because the world, what is there, 8 billion people in the world? There's over 2 million of them on Instagram. And Instagram is a free platform. There's 15 times more engagement than Facebook on Instagram, and there's 40 times more engagement than Twitter on Instagram. 67% of consumers say that image quality is very important for choosing a product in e-commerce. What does that show us? It shows us that, here on Instagram, that we have the opportunity to engage with our customers, potential customers, and that photo quality, that means that we need to take better pictures, make better posts, because it is very important for choosing a product in e-commerce, which is one of the industries that we tap into. So your engagement rate is an important factor in improving your credibility while increasing your appeal to potential customers and other brands. You could have, a million followers, countless followers, but if no one's actually connecting with your content, then Instagram is pretty much useless to your business. It's also important to take account that even though people aren't liking your posts, they're still purchasing. So I like to, also compare these rates and ratios with my sales for the week. But to calculate your engagement rate, what you want to do is divide the number of likes your last post received by your total amount of followers. Then you want to multiply that number by 100. So this is going to be your engagement rate. Now, my Instagram posts average about 100. So what I would do is I have almost 20,000 followers. 100 likes divided by 20,000 followers is 0.005. Multiply this number by 100 and I get 0.5. So I have a 5% rate. So an ideal rate is anything above 5%. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If your rate's right at 5%, you have a whole 95% to get better. But that's the rate you want to stay above. Some reasons why your engagement may be bad is if you have blurry, dark, irrelevant pictures, unoriginal or meaningless captions. So with your pictures, you want to make sure, well, we'll go through the right things to do in a second. But, blurry, dark, or irrelevant pictures, unoriginal or meaningless captions, too many hashtags in the actual caption, if you don't have an overall theme or feel to your page, or you don't have cohesive visual appearance, maybe if you don't respond to comments, or if you bought your followers. These are ways that your engagement rate or reasons your engagement rate might be bad. So that's how we focus on the bad. Now let's talk about how we can make it better. To make it better, you want to post clear, bright, relevant photos related to your brand or business. You can look up different people and see, trendy, chic Instagram pages and how they make you feel. One of my favorites is the Caroline doll. And this is just a snapshot of what her feed looks like. Let me put it in a place where you guys can actually see it. You see these images, how they're trendy, they're chic, they're visually appealing. They all kind of go together and give you the same feeling. This is the kind of look that you want to maintain throughout your Instagram feed. Now, you can do this with a color scheme, maybe, if you have the tools to do photo editing and stay with the color scheme. Or you can also do this with a posting pattern. So one place that I know, I thought, had a posting pattern is bossbabe.me. You guys see how this has every other picture is one that's on a flat background, and all the ones that are on a flat background have the same color in the background. Okay, so this is a posting scheme. It allows you to scroll through the page easier. You're expecting, your eyes know what to expect, and it makes you a little more comfortable, and this is more visually appealing to you guys. Okay. So post clear, bright, relevant, chic, fun pictures that are related to your brand or your business. So, you could be, if you're really big on quotes, you could have every other post be a quote and create that diamond pattern, or every third post be a product photo, or whatever it is that you want to do. You can create a posting pattern and a color scheme within your page that will allow you to have a cohesive page. People like visually attractive, beautiful, chic things. So keep this in mind when you figure out what you want to post, where you want to post it, how you want to post it, etc. Next, you want to write honest and real captions that are from the heart, okay? And I want you to vary the lengths of these captions. So make some of them small, make some of them long, but you want to have honest and real captions. I had someone come up to me today and say that they like to copy and paste a lot of stuff that I put on Instagram because I vary it all the time. So each product, if you study it well enough, has a whole bunch of different benefits to them. So I target in on a different one every single time, talk about how I relate it into my life, why I like it, what it tastes like, and you really give people, kind of a visual where you hone in on all of their senses, okay? So make sure it's honest and real captions that are from the heart. Next, you want to hide your hashtags. So I know, we want to have hashtags, but we don't want everybody to see that we took the time to write 30 hashtags. So what you want to do is after you make your post, in the first comment, you want to post all of your hashtags. That way, as more comments surface, it starts to get hidden. And what I like to do is put them in my notes. Let's see if you guys can see through my cracked screen, thanks to Olivia, and one of my phones. So what I do is I put my hashtags in my post. And what I do is because if you press return on a comment on Instagram, it automatically posts whatever your post is. So what I do is in my notes section, I keep my hashtags written out so I can easily copy and paste them. And sometimes I change them like every month or so. But I have a set of hashtags for all my fitness stuff. I have a set of hashtags for all of my, selfies, or for all of my business posts, or for all of my, when I take a picture of drinking tea in the morning. I have the same hashtags that I use over and over, and I change them every month so I can reach different people. But how I store them in my, don't make fun of my phone, y'all. How I store them in my phone is under a whole bunch of dots. And what this does is, let's see if I can show you. Basically what it does is, instead of posting it in the comments for you to even see the beginning of it, it changes it into all you see is a ... and you're able to click on it and see, what the hashtags are, but they don't show up. So let me see if I can show you. I just posted this one. Here we go. So when it posts as a ... comment, and then you can click on the ... and you can see all of my hashtags. Okay, so it's a lot more visually appealing to click on something and see the caption without all of the hashtags in it, because it makes you more transparent, authentic, not like you're out here trying to sell stuff on Instagram. Okay, so have the hashtags. We want the hashtags, but make sure that you hide them. Decide on a theme or niche for your page. We talked about yesterday do's and don'ts of Instagram. One thing that you definitely want to do is figure out your content for the day using your content calendar, an umbrella as such as recipes, quotes, calls to actions, exercise tips, gym gear, stuff like that. You want to figure out which content you want to post, but then you also want to add in a couple of things that make you uniquely you into your content calendar. So if you're a DIY person, add that in. If you're a mom, add that in. You can post mom hacks, pictures of relevant parks in the area, your favorite kids' hair product, your favorite online store, if there's a coupon going on, stuff like that. If you're, I don't know, pick a favorite thing that you do. One of mine is henna. Another one is tattoos. Another one is organizational materials, and I'll post tips and ways to engage people in these audiences, because the law of attraction says that if I like it and I put myself out there, that I'm going to attract other people like me. So if other people are coming to your page because they like DIY stuff, they're going to happen to see TLC, and they'll be able to see themselves doing it because your interests overlap. So that is a good tip. You do also want to download, it's called Prime, and it's an app for Instagram. Let me show you guys again what this app does. Yesterday, I had you go on Instagress.com and create your free 3-day trial. Hopefully, you have updated your speed from slow to medium, or from medium to fast, so that it comments and likes people's pictures and automates that process for you. You select certain times during the day where you want to do it. What Prime allows you to do is see when you have the most engagement on every single day. So you log on, you download the app, you log on to Instagram, and then it says, check back your phone in about 30 minutes. We're doing some, analytics here. So then it comes back with a main screen, and it posts. It makes every single day. It tells you your optimal time to post. And it's even cooler because you can actually click on Tuesday, see your spiking for what times are good, and then it gives you the best time to post, but then it also gives you the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time to post. So if you're, if you have the idea that you want to be posting 8 times a day, you have your 8 ideal times every single week to post. And then after a week or two, you can run these analytics again and find, your ideal times to post. So Prime is a great way to figure out the best times to post. And you can go into your Instagress free 3-day trial and alter your times that you want Instagress to be running based around your optimal post time. So that way, when you post something on Instagram, your Instagress automation is going and liking, commenting on people's stuff. So they come back to your page when you comment or like stuff. They follow you and they see your posts, if that makes sense. So, the goal is to time the two together for optimal results. Next, you want to use timely content. There are several different holidays every single month, every single year, and you want to make sure that you use these holidays to your advantage. So, July 4th was this weekend. It was Independence Day, and you heard Stormy's whole team doing, how I'm independent, or, stuff focusing around Independence Day. You could have done a post cookout package to detox and lose 5 pounds in 5 days. You can make time sensitive things based around what's going on. So, if you don't like, if you support the Black Lives Matter, you could do something and donate 5% of the proceeds to something. Do something timely that will make you relevant right now. You can vary your caption lengths. We talked about that already. You can encourage your followers to comment, tag, or get featured. So this is one way to engage them, is to ask them. So one of the things in your content calendar is to ask an open-ended question or ask for advice. We talked a little bit about this yesterday too, but if you're going to Atlanta, ask people where their favorite place to stay is. Or if you're looking for a date night with your boyfriend, then ask people where their favorite restaurant is. Or if you need a place to take your kids, ask people. People love to give their 2 cents and get involved. So ask them, or say, post a cute picture of a best friend image and say, tag your best friend, or something like that, where you actively have a call to action to get people involved. Next, you want to make sure that you respond to all comments. So I don't care what it is. Someone even just puts a heart, you write back and you say, love you too, girl, or something funny, cute. Make sure that it's not just a generic, reply, even if they gave you a generic comment. Your goal is to build relationships and foster them on Instagram. And the way you want to do this is by being genuine and making people feel special and creating relationships. One other thing that you want to do is to experiment with short video clips. Tammy has been an expert with this lady lately. If you need some actual reference, go to her page, The Wellness Hippie, and check out her stuff. But, it has just been proven that an interview of yourself or an expert giving interesting information, maybe if you're interviewing someone or you're posting a video of you at an event, or you're giving a demonstration on how to use a product or service. So T made a picture, a video as she was unwrapping herself using the Slim R emu oil and the thermogenic wrap and a actual gym wrap. So you can show people how they can apply stuff or use stuff or put it into a smoothie, or open up their NRG capsules, an actual product demonstration. Next, you can entertaining addition to the product or service explaining the instructional parts. So for instance, if we know that Nutriburst has a 98% absorption rate and that vitamins in capsule form only absorb 10 to 25%, you could get a cup of vinegar and show people that night that you're going to put a vitamin in, and come back tomorrow morning to see how much of it actually absorbed. And you can actually do a product demonstration there. So that would be cool. Stuff like that to show people actual information, infographics. We live in a television age where most people would either look at a video, then read it or listen to anything about it. It's better to have a small engaged community rather than a really big, massive, disconnected one. So even people like me who have 20,000 followers, if it's not a picture of me or my kids or a selfie, I still only get 80 comments at the most, as opposed to getting 400 or 500 if it's a picture of me or my kids sometimes. So that's something that I need to work on myself. As you see, I only used 100 as my average rate because that's how much I usually get for TLC. Not even that, sometimes even 40%. So engagement is something that I definitely need to do and need to work on. So it was my pleasure to research the topic and give you guys a little bit of insight on it too. So your homework for tonight is to listen to 2 new opportunity calls. We want to still, know that opportunity calls, prospecting and closing is the main activity that will grow our business. You actually have to do the work, apply stuff. So even though you're using the law of attraction and getting people to come to your social media page, you still have to know what to say, how to say it, to get them on a call, and then to get them on a 3-way afterwards. So you still need to be listening to the opportunity calls. And what I want you to be doing is to listen to different ways to present the same information, okay? There's more than one ways to skin a cat. So you could talk about the Nutriburst in 10 different ways. You could explain the comp plan, a couple different ways and show people, different examples of how, it pays off. So just listen. And after the call is done, list 3 takeaways from the call that you remembered. Because you don't want to just, it's important to take notes, but it's also important to know what resonated and made the most impact on you so that you know to add these to your next thing. We talked about downloading the app Prime, and if you haven't already, you want to go to Instagress.com and create your free 3-day trial. If you don't know how to use Instagress, just type it into YouTube and ask for a tutorial. I want you to adjust your content calendar based on the times that your social media Prime app gives you. And I want you to make sure that you have Latergram downloaded, or if you don't, the Prime app also allows you to automate your posts using them. But I want you to make sure that you schedule your 5 posts for tomorrow, utilizing the optimal times that Prime gave you to post and seeing if that changes or helps anything. Finish inviting for, through your list for your launch calls. They're coming up really quickly. Make sure that you ask any questions as soon as possible if you have them. And I also would love it if you guys got on to each other's calls. So we have one at 7, 8, and 9 tonight. So set an alarm, and we will post the information for the calls here so you can help them show social proof. So the more dings they hear in the beginning, the more people they think are excited to get involved with this company. So make sure that you are supporting your fellow TLCers, and hopping on these calls. All right. Well, I kept it under 20 minutes. play catch up today, and let's go. Bye.